Hey guys, how you doing? This is Charles with the Exodus Logistics Learning Centers, which features Dispatcher 101 training for beginners. Just got finished with our Sunday training, operational training. Um, did low board training, extensive low board training, and we spoke about the different features of the low board, navigating the low boards from a dispatcher's perspective. Um, Shared a story with one of our dispatchers who has been enrolled since 2 months ago and has a carrier now. So, or three carriers actually. So, um, dispatching two drive-in carriers and a power-only carrier, and we were going over strategies on the low board, talking about that in our training today, Dispatcher 101 training for beginners. So, hopefully, you guys will be able to attend next time, come in and see what we talk about if you're interested in it. Hey, LaDonna, happy belated birthday to LaDonna. She helps me a lot. Hello, Tax Services. Hello, the favorite one, and Entree Guru. Hello. So, talked about low boards, questions about low boards, navigating the low boards, the features of the low boards, the price points of the low boards, what one low board has as an advantage over another low board. So the purpose of the low board is to help you as a dispatcher find the freight, cargo, the loads for your carrier across whatever equipment type that they have. So the recorded video for the trainings will be for our members only in our training videos library under Dispatcher 101. So, but I'm just here now. I want to show my face again as the owner of this channel to just give you guys an overview of what we talked about in our ongoing membership channel. So, any questions? Any questions? I got a few minutes. Just want to make sure I show my face, make myself available, and I'm answering things as I go. So, okay. Hello, Casopoulos Rice. Hopefully I pronounced the name correctly. So, any questions on low boards? Any questions on dispatching in general? Any questions on business ownership, financial planning? I'm not a fiduciary, but I can just speak from my experience. So this is the Dispatcher 101 Training for Beginners channel. 10,000 subscribers. I'm surprised not a lot of people come in. So if we do the two-person course, is there monthly fees thereafter? So yes, if you enroll so whether you enroll in single member or 2-for-1, there will be the $19.99 monthly subscription for either a single member or for both of you, because both of you are utilizing the resources. Both of you are taking advantage of the back office, so both of you will pay the $19.99 a month. It's just that the 2-for-1 provides a $200 savings for you guys to come in initially. So 1 month after enrolling in the ongoing course, there is a $19.99 monthly subscription. You get access to low boards, ebooks, live trainings 3 days a week, glossaries, form and template documents, tools and resources. So, and we're constantly updating, keeping track of things as we go. So, okay. Can you speak a little bit about obtaining a motor carrier after becoming an independent freight dispatcher? Hi, someone says, hi, is there a class just to learn the low board, learn low boards? It's all part of the whole package. You learn the low boards in the class overall. Once you pay, how soon is the first class? The first class is our trainings. Our live trainings are the same days every week, Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. So depending on what day you join will be the day that you come in on that next available training day. So Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. So I've been sending out emails to carriers and haven't been getting any responses using that directory. Do you prefer another way? Yes. Cold calls, visiting truck stops. There's several other options that you can do. Can you speak a little bit about obtaining a motor carrier after becoming an independent dispatcher? Yes. So to get motor carriers, there are several ways to do it. After you become an independent dispatcher, you want to set up your office infrastructure, your computer, desktop, laptop, internet, phone, fax printer, whatever you need to sustain and run your business from home. And then getting the carriers, there are several methods that we go over in our back office portal. The first option, I believe, is visiting the truck stops. So if you live within a certain driving radius of truck stops, then you can visit them accordingly, right? And speak to the carriers. Make sure you have a copy of your contract or your dispatcher agreement and profile sheet so that you can physically hand it to them, make eye contact with them, speak to them. They feel your vibe, they feel your energy. You are selling a service, providing a service for them, keeping their trucks running, things of that nature. And then that's number one. Number two is the cold calling method. Within the cold calling method, we have several resources that we use to cold call. We have Trucking Planet's resource. We have the DAT directory resource. Through Truckers Edge, we have the FMCSA registry, or the register for the new applicants, those who applied for their authority, new carriers. We have a new search feature in 123 Load Board under the search directory. You can select carrier, you can select broker, you can select shipper. Since you are dispatchers, you will be selecting carriers because you are cold calling carriers to try to get them under a dispatcher agreement. So that's that. Then you have one of my students just got 3 carriers using SMS or text blasts, text messages, and emails. You can do social media, Facebook groups, LinkedIn. You can advertise, join some groups on Facebook, join groups on LinkedIn, create a standardized script, if you will, and present it to them. I'm almost certain that you'll get some hits on that. You'll have a pretty good return. And then once you get those hits, those cold leads turn into warm leads. And now you can lead more into converting them into clients. So those are the options there to get them. And then once you get them, now you take the profile of the carrier, what they tell you, how they want to specifically run, and you cater your load search accordingly. I'm a dry van. I want $250 a mile. I don't want to haul on my trailer more than 40,000 pounds. I only want to go to the Midwest, Southeast, and Southwest. I want to be out 3 weeks at a time in a month and home 1 week out of the 4 weeks in a month. I only haul certain types of commodities. Whatever the profile that they said, and then you look for loads, spot market accordingly. Okay, so that's that, right? So we went over that. We navigated the load board. We checked out the use cases and the functionality of each load board. And saw the user experience on the load boards, 123 Load Board, Truckers Edge, Trucking Planet, Direct Freight Services. So we went over the load boards and went through them. Okay. Hey, Mr. Hurst, how are you? So just wanted to come in and give you guys a synopsis of what we did today in our training. For those of you who are not students enrolled into our training course. So kind of gave you a synopsis of what we did today. We pretty much just did, I gave a use case, a scenario of it. So, and then we went into navigating the load boards. I was asking questions. What is this? What is that? Because Sunday's classes are more the philosophy, and the level of training is more intermediate. It's not beginners like Wednesdays or Saturdays. It's more intermediate. So certain words and phrases I use, I kind of expect the dispatchers to be able to understand what they are. And if they don't, they'll ask me and I'll still break it down. And beginners can still tune into the Sunday classes to get information and feedback, because Sunday classes, we give out a lot of gems in the Sunday class. So once we pay, how soon is the first class? The first class is the very next training class, we train 3 days a week, Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. So let's say you pay for on a Thursday. So then you will be in Saturday's class. Or if you pay for it on a Monday, you'll be in Wednesday's class. So we train every week, Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Okay, Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturdays at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, and Sundays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So someone said, great question after finishing class. I'm not sure what the question was, but great question after finishing class. So, yeah. So we had a good class today. We were networking, talking. We were actually sharing ideas, people who have experiences and things like that. So I'll be enrolling this week. Can't wait to work with you. You've motivated me so much, and I'm way more confident that I'll be successful. Thanks. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. So, okay. You're welcome. So any other questions? I don't want to be on here. Want to get on you guys' nerve too long, but I just want to make sure that I tuned in and gave you some feedback of what we went over today. We did load board examples extensively. Told you the process. We went over the process when you call a broker, literally what it said. And we had two of our brokers in the training today. So we had Switchback GY6 and we had Ariel. So they gave their perspectives, and one of our brokers has been a carrier and a good friend of mine for over 30 something years. So you guys are getting real world experience and real world scenarios and real world solutions to real world challenges as far as it relates to dispatching, trucking, brokering, things of that nature. So there you go. Any other final questions, if there are, comments or anything? So I want to make sure that I just keep you guys updated. I'm going to try. I can't guarantee it every time. Every live training we have on our student side, those who are enrolled, I want to try to give the YouTube channel an update of what we're doing to kind of motivate you guys to consider enrolling into our training, our ongoing training portal. Because you've subscribed to this channel for a reason. Apparently you've shown interest in being your own boss, working from home, controlling your own destiny, not having to work about the 9 to 5 or anything like that. So when signing up, will we get access to previously recorded trainings? Yes, that's a great question. And yes, you will. Every training. So prior to November of last year, I posted all my videos for free on YouTube, on the YouTube channel, some 155 videos. Since November up until to date, all the videos, with the exception of a few here and there, I may put on the YouTube channel, but most of the videos are posted in our back office portal for members only who have access under the training videos library. Okay, so if you miss any of the 3-day-a-week trainings, you can access the record or the re-recordings through our back office portal, and I may even send a link. So yes, a very good question though. Yes. So that's one of the benefits of enrolling in our ongoing training. You do have access to pre-recorded videos. You have access to live load boards, 5 or 6 live load boards, where you can actually book loads with real brokers from those load boards. So you have access to templates and forms that you can use to create, modify, tweak, customize for your specific dispatching company. We just give you examples, and I'm going to fine tune those examples and make them even more user friendly for you. So you go right to them and do them. So, and then we have different tools and resources that will assist you in dispatching. So we are providing as much information to you as possible to assist you. Okay. That's how we do. So, and we are a family. We had a question on there. A gentleman was asking about how to purchase a truck, whether new or used, whether to finance it, lease it, rent it. So we had it. So All right, Jay Hurst, looking forward to you joining. Great. We are also adding a feature to our back office where we have some of the students who are, well, let me start from the top. We focus on the three major equipment types initially for dispatching because those are the easiest ones to find loads for, find dispatch for, and book freighting, and they pay the highest rates. So we have students who are good because they have carriers and they're moving loads for specific equipment types. So drive-in, flatbeds, and reefers. So I will get 3 experts who are students who are booking loads for a specific equipment type. 3 drive-in experts, 3 flatbed experts, 3 reefer experts. And put them on the back office to give you guys access to assist you who are members who happen to have that specific equipment type and are having trouble moving loads or finding loads for those carriers. So that's an added service that we are going to begin to incorporate. So how long do you recommend doing the dispatching before moving into brokering? That's a great question. I would say at least a year or 2. So because brokering is a different beast, if you will. So you will want to learn and understand the language of the carriers and the language of the brokers while you are dispatching. So when you transition into freight brokering, you will have an advantage. You can leverage that knowledge, and you'll have an advantage of knowing what the brokers' philosophies and dispositions are. And you already know the carriers because you're booking loads for the carriers as a dispatcher. So you'll make a better broker if you start off dispatching first and then transition into freight brokering. So that's my take on it. Some people just jump straight into brokering, which is fine. You just learn at a different level and a different pace. So, okay. Any other question? I'm just typing in for people. We will also be helped in creating our LLC in providing the correct forms and where to find them. So I don't help you do your LLC for you. I figure if you're going to be a business owner, that is something that you should be responsible for handling yourself. But on our website, we do have an information page. It's called Business Setup, and we have links to different business setup resources like Rocket Lawyer. What's the other one? There's a few of them, Ink File. So that'll help you with that. Let me go to the website and I'll actually share that. Well, you can't access it because you don't have, you got to have back office access. But Ink File, LegalZoom, Rocket Lawyer, Ink Authority, things like that. So I was just looking at it on there. So, so looking forward to, I think you're currently, yeah. So there. So any other questions? We've been here almost 20 minutes, so that's cool. This was just a synopsis. I'm going to try to, after every live training for our members to share a little bit with the YouTube channel, because I have over 10,000 subscribers to the channel. Can you imagine if 50% or 30% of you guys were to enroll into the course? Since you've already subscribed, you will be in a family that's growing. You know, I may even do a promotional thing. If you are a subscribed member of the YouTube channel, you get like 10% off or 20% off the ongoing price or something like that. I'll consider that because we've got 10,000 subscribers. So if you are serious about dispatch training, and I'm sure you are because you wouldn't subscribe to YouTube channels and seeking data and analytics about dispatching, and I'm sure there are other dispatch trainers that you are researching and looking out to get feedback from in order to make an informed decision as to which trainer to go with. So, and there's nothing wrong with that. I have no problem with that whatsoever. You do what's best for you. Okay. So, can you speak on being an owner operator while remaining as the dispatcher and hiring a driver? How does that work? And salary wise? Well, Can you speak on being an owner op while remaining as the dispatcher? So you're being your own owner op for your own truck, or you're an owner op under someone's authority? So that question has several forks in the road as to what way you can go with an answer. So break that down a little bit so I can give you the best answer that I know of. Okay. Because hiring a driver, that involves a whole lot of vetting, CSA scores, driving record, background check, things like that. You have to consider how much you're going to pay the driver, paying good drivers, communication with the drivers, how much experience that driver has for driving, what are your qualifiers for driving. You have to be careful with certain drivers because they can do something that will damage your MC and put you out of service. So there's several ways you can approach that. I was, but you surpassed them all, so I'm done searching for real. Oh, you're speaking Cassandra's Cassopolis, Miss Rice, as far as other trainers. Yes, I make myself as transparent and available as possible. So, what Jay Hurst? Yes, my own truck. What equipment type are you speaking of? Dry van, flatbed, reefer, power only, box truck, cargo van, sprinter van, hot shot. What equipment type are you referring to, Jay Hurst? If you can let me know. So, because regardless of the equipment type, you would still have to, vet your drivers out and make sure that they are running efficiently and effectively under your authority, so that they won't do anything to jeopardize your compliance and put you out of service. So, right. Okay. So, any other final questions, concerns? So today's synopsis of today's training was on the load boards, and we covered navigating the load boards. I gave a use case. So what do you suggest if interested to have my truck? As far as the type of truck, Jay Hurst. So let me know what you're referring to as far as the type of truck, and then we can go from there. I am copying the link currently to the website to give you guys that. Okay, dry van. So dry van, tractor trailer. What do you suggest if interested in my truck? Tractor trailer. Then you have to get into the type of vehicle, whether it's a K-Dub, a Peter, a Cascadia, Freightliner, with a Detroit engine or a Cummins engine, Allison transmission, the year of the truck, the miles, what's your budget, whether new or used, whether you're going to lease, rent, finance. So there's a whole plethora of questions you have to ask yourself, and then how you want to run it with the truck. Are you going to run it on someone's authority? Are you going to get your own authority? What's your insurance rates? That's based on credit, BOC3, UCR, IFTA, IRP, all types of things. So, there's things. Starting a trucking company, it's work. You have to do one step after the other. But yeah, MCDOT apply for that. And then all the other things. You got to deal with safety and compliance, drug and alcohol consortium, DOT physicals. So being a trucking person, an owner op, so you have to deal with, those things. So I would do your research, do your due diligence before you decide to do that. And I'm assuming I would dispatch first, create some revenue for yourself, create a revenue stream, and then transition gradually into trucking. So you're looking to contract with the Federal Navy. So you're trying to get a government contract or military contract. That's a long process as well, either flat or dry. So yeah. So now you're dealing with SAM's numbers and other requirements for having government freight or military freight. So yeah, you definitely want to take your time and do your research, because that's a long, drawn out process. And if you do it incorrectly, the process starts over. So number one, be sure you want to go down that road. And then number two, if you are sure, understand the road map. Okay. All right. So yeah, I probably will extend a 10% off or maybe 20%. What's 20% of 400? What's that, $80? So yeah, so a 20% or 15% or a 10% discount, maybe a 20% discount to Dispatcher 101 training for beginners YouTube subscribers. And I would have to verify that you are a subscriber to the YouTube channel, because once I advertise it on YouTube, I should be able to go into YouTube and see in the analytics of the channel to see who is a subscriber or not based on, the name or whatnot. I can look you up. I should be able to look you up in the analytics of the channel. Once I'm able to determine that and be able to view who is a subscriber or not to the YouTube channel, then I will be able to, I can do a search for the name, then I should be able to say the person gets 20% off. So I may announce it maybe next month sometime, the beginning of the month, for a 20% off enrollment offer for the month of September, right? May do that. In my birthday month, my birthday is Christmas Eve, December 24th. I may do a December special, Christmas Eve and holiday special. I may do a half off enrollment for all those who enrolled in the month of December. I may do that as well. So Jay Hurst, of course, after working as dispatcher, earning and saving towards greatness, or remain as dispatcher seeking Fed contracts. Yes. So Angela said that's too far. So yeah, the real Shaniqua, 20%. Please do, ready to drop that credit card information. So 20%. So 20% of $399 off will be $399. Because next year, you guys are grandfathered in, but next year I'm going up on my rates for the training because I'm adding more things to the back office. So 20% off is $79.80 off of $399. So $80. So $399 from 80 is $319. So next year it will be, thank you, LaDonna. Next year will be $499. And the monthly subscription will be $29.99 a month. Those who are paying currently $399 with $19.99 a month will be grandfathered in. They will be locked into that $19.99. But from January 1st, and when I go up next year, $4.99 and $29.99, that'll be it. There will be no more. That'll be the cap. I will not raise the prices ever again in life. It will cap at $500 or $4.99 and $29.99 a month. So, and those of you who are listening, who are members, who are paying a monthly subscription of $19.99, you guys are grandfathered in at $19.99. It will not change. There will not be an increase for you. It will not affect you whatsoever. So, okay, this is for the new year. So, yes, please do promotional for YouTube subscribers so I can drop that critical. Everybody wants so right now, yeah. You have 4 of us ready now. Four. So I have the rest of this month, which is only the 8th of August, to decide the percentage. So I'll probably start putting out feelers. Well, the first thing I need to do is look at YouTube's analytics to see if I can filter out based off of a person's name or email address who a subscriber is or not. So that's I need to determine that. And then once I determine that, I will be able to say, okay, 20% off. So if someone wants to enroll, they will contact me via email. Let me check their information to make sure that they are. And then, because I will have to send a specialized invoice, because on the website, it won't have the 20% off. It'll have the regular price. I will have to create manually an invoice for you and send it to you. So which is good because it gives me an opportunity to check to see if you are a subscriber or not. So it's over 10,000. Can you imagine if half of you guys joined at that? That would be a large increase for leverage for the channel. And we are going to be on a podcast pretty soon. So that'll be a lot of leverage. Right now, I'm currently at 800 and some odd students. I'm gradually getting to that 1,000. If I get to 1,000 students enrolled in, over time, that'll be pretty exciting. Be a pretty big number. So you figure if 5,000 come in at the $399, I'm just doing some math over there. So that's not bad numbers. So doing dispatch training the right way. So I'm going to have to add more technological, more advanced training, some assistants, some extra instructors, everything. So that's 5,000 students at $399. That's $2 million. So, and if we continue to do it the right way, I'm definitely going to have to take the show on the road as far as visit the major cities where the majority of the students are enrolled and show my face personally, like at a hotel in the conference room, and we actually come and do a meet and greet, sit down and chat, do some training, do some talking, do some strategizing in the transportation. And so not only dispatching, we can talk about other strategies to generate residual income for your business as someone in the transportation industry. What if we send you a screenshot of our YouTube page? That is acceptable, Ms. Rice. That will be acceptable. Yes. So a screenshot of the YouTube page. Yes. So once I make the announcement, and I need to write this down. Once I make the announcement, because I just do everything off of just like instinct, and I feel what can benefit everybody. So, yeah. So thank you very much for your kind words, Jay Hurst. So any other questions about what we went over today in the load board training, the scenarios, and then we're going to be talking about leveraging the transportation industry. Do we have to take the class to be a monthly subscriber? Send the invoice, please. Do we have to take the class to be the monthly subscriber to the ongoing training, the real Shaniqua? So you have to initially enroll in our ongoing training to get access to the back office. And then 1 month after the enrollment date, there is the $19.99 monthly subscription will start. Okay. Currently, that's what it is now. But the first of the year, it will change. If you enroll prior to the first of the year, then you will be grandfathered you'll be locked into the current rate. Okay. So we are, by the way, we do have a private Facebook Dispatcher 101 members only for those who are enrolled members into our training portal group, where we share information there as well. That is too far. Are we ready to start ASAP? I don't know. Maybe you can take down our email addresses. Loving it. Stepping out the box. So Shirley Jones, I'm not sure what you are at. That is too far. We're ready to start ASAP. We mean like more than one. So is it 2, 3? I don't know. Maybe you can take down our email addresses. So you're trying to get in, Miss Jones, Cheryl Jones. Are you trying to get in for 2 for 1? I don't know what you're trying to do, but let me put the link to the website up here to kind of help answer your question. So there is the link to the direct ongoing enrollment page currently as we speak, the $399 plus $19.99 monthly subscription. So if you read that page, you'll see what's offered there and what we provide and things of that nature. So you can decide, and it's single member and 2 for 1. So, okay. So if you decide to do it, then just read over that site and determine if it's a good time for you to start or not. Okay. So any other questions, comments, concerns? Dispatching 101 training for beginners. Now, by the way, we do have a freight broker site as well. And I do have a freight broker YouTube channel. And after every freight broker training, we do a YouTube live on that channel. What is 2-for-1? Two people can enroll for one price, which is a $200 savings. So you figure $399 is a single member, $599 is the 2-for-1, which is a $200 savings across the two prices at $399. So that's a 2-for-1. I'm looking to take your ongoing training. This is Mr. Morris. What Zoom subscription do you suggest? I'm not sure if I'm understanding just get the basic Zoom. I don't know what the different subscription points are, but you can sign up for Zoom for free. And then for a trial, and then just pay the basic level, because all you're going to need is just to be able to access and see me and, my screen. So there's like 4 to 5 of us in here ready to start training today that's looking for the discount. Don't wait another 3 weeks. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, I need to think this through because I just first announced it. So that's what I'm saying. I need to think it through, but it will. It should start the 1st of September, the 20% off for YouTube subscribers. We have over 10,000 subscribers. I may put some fillers out in the morning on the YouTube channel in a video or a posting as well. But I get it, Miss Rice. I understand. Maybe Angela Perry said maybe the 6 of us can do the 2-for-1. Just team up. You guys can link up with each other, get each other's contact information, email. That is totally up to you guys. It is your business, how you structure it and how you set it up. That's perfectly fine. My job is just to be an instructor and a trainer into how to dispatch, or a technique to dispatch from the way that I did it, so. And I still have old carrier packets, old rate confirmations from when I dispatched. As a matter of fact, it's sitting right under me because I'm at my home office room, and my desk is right here. So the real Shaniqua said, I have applied for my authority to broker. I just need to decide who will provide my surety bond. I used your recommendation for the BLC3. Who do you recommend for the bond? For the bond, it will be Bond Solutions, JW Surety, or Lance Surety. So you would Google all 3 of those, call all 3, and see what type of rates and quotes they will give you, and then go with the best option. Okay? So, Gordo Peso said, I'm going to sign up September 1st. Very good. Looking forward. So, yes, here's my accordion of all the carrier packets and rate confirmations I did when I was dispatching some 19, 20 carriers at one time by myself. So, and keeping them running steadily. So it is possible. I recommend you guys, dispatchers, beginner dispatchers, starting off by yourself to do anywhere between 3 to 5 carriers by yourself before you decide to scale. So after paying, do you send link to be in a class? Yes. Jay Hurst, I'm still here, illiterate in technology and choosing platforms. That's fine. We can kind of guide you along that path too. I guess Cassopolis Rice asked Jay Hurst, do they want to team up 2-for-1? That's fine. You guys can do that. You guys can probably exchange your contact information, emails, and then reach out to each other and decide how you guys want to do that. If you have a rate confirmation with a carrier and they back out, what is the recourse? The recourse is the carrier's not going to get paid for that load. And if you structure your dispatcher agreement accordingly, Mr. Morris, you can charge for a fee for such a thing, because there are cases where carriers, you get a rate confirmation from the broker, you officially book the load, and then they just decide, I don't want that load. I found a better load. I don't want it. So the broker's going to not deal with that carrier. They may put them on what's called a DNU list, do not use. But from a dispatching perspective, because you wasted all this time, found this load for this carrier, did all the paperwork, the carrier packet and everything, onboarded the carrier, $50, $25 for wasting my time, right? You want to invoice them for that. Put that in your dispatch agreement, though, in cases like, here's a caveat to our dispatch agreement. So that's why in our back office, we have templates to kind of get you started. But as you come across different scenarios, you can easily update your dispatch agreement because it's your dispatch agreement. So, do you teach how to negotiate with brokers? Of course. Of course. Yep. How to negotiate your rate on top of it, how to negotiate and find a rate when a broker does not post a load on the load board, how to add your rate on top of the load and renegotiate that number, irregardless of what the percentage is or irregardless of what the flat rate fee for your service is. There are different pay scales for dispatchers, different payment options and methods that you guys do. So, okay. So it seems like Jay Hurst and Cassopolis Rice are going to talk. So you guys talk to one another, either YouTube, however you guys do that. So I've been here 40 minutes and did not realize that. I apologize for taking up all your guys' time, and I forgive you for taking up all my time. Yeah. So any final questions? When I usually say brief synopsis, it usually turns into something like this, which is cool because the majority of you guys are not enrolled in the ongoing training, and the majority of you guys have not taken the seminar course as well. So, and the majority of you guys are not enrolled in our Dispatcher 101 Facebook members only group because you have to be enrolled in the training to be qualified for that. So, okay. Any final questions? I'll stay on here to about 45 minutes, which is like 3 minutes and 20 something seconds. So what do you guys got? What do you got? Just on here. And as a recap, today's training, we went over load boards extensively, right? So Abdul S said, I am from Canada. Will the course help me? It certainly will. I have individuals from Jamaica, South Africa, the UK, Asia. You just have to establish business on U.S. soil. You are in North America, Canada. There is a good load board. It's called LoadLink for Canadian carriers, or you can just deal with your carriers down in the state side and go from there. So, okay, so yeah, it's possible. You can dispatch all over. You can dispatch U.S. carriers all over the world. Okay. So, do truckers try to avoid using dispatchers? Yes and no. They try to avoid using dispatchers who do not know what they are doing. But if I was a trucker and I had a dispatcher that was finding me loads weekly and generating me, grossing me for my equipment type 8 to 12 grand a week, why would I not use them? And they're keeping me running consistently according to my requirements. Then yes, I don't need to be a U.S. citizen, correct? That is correct. You do not need to be a U.S. citizen to dispatch in the U.S. Like again, I have dispatchers Africa, Jamaica, the UK, Asia. So I have a dispatcher who is quadriplegic. He has no use of his legs or arms, but he is dispatching. His name is Larry. So if that's not motivation for you, so if someone who's quadriplegic can dispatch, who does not have the faculties of their legs or their arms, quadriplegic, that means 4, 2 arms, 2 legs, then I don't want to say there's no excuse for you, but I'm just saying if that person has enough motivation to come into this industry, this transportation industry, and is so motivated to find, and he has a carrier, he has trucks and they're moving loads. So yeah, and yeah, LaDonna, you are correct. We have a person from Germany as well. I think it's Hamburg. That's right, because my dad was in the Air Force in Hamburg. So yes, and he just joined. So this dispatching thing is becoming gradually a worldwide phenomenon, right? Because the transportation industry is a worldwide industry, correct? So there's 4 modes of transportation, right? Air, Freight can get over to places, air, I can go to US to Asia, sea, right? Cargo ships, rail, trains, and then trucks over the road. So there are 4 modes of transportation. Now you guys are in the space on the over the road side, but across the 4 modes of transportation, it's over $1 trillion, multi-trillion dollars at this point. In the trucking side alone, the truck driving side, it is over 800 billion with a B as in boy, 800 billion and growing. So there is no way that this industry is going to slow down, if you will. And it's been here for the beginning of time. Ever since this country was founded, things were being moved, horse carriage, walked, before the industrial age came to this country. Then they started using the railroads to transport. Then when they built the automobiles and the Ford, GM, Chryslers came into play, then things were driven with trucks. And then planes, obviously, right? Flew. And then ships from one coast to the other coast. So transportation has been here since the beginning of time, right? So that's a sign there that you are in the correct industry, right? You've chosen the correct industry. You just have to figure out how to navigate the space, right? To navigate the industry. Where do you fit in the industry? You have to figure that out, So, and dispatching is one way, freight brokering is one way, trucking is one way. So, Abdul S said, I am planning to open a trucking company, learning one thing at a time. Okay, good. Yeah, trucking company. So there is several streams of making money in transportation, right? Trucking, dispatching, brokering, leasing trailers, and consulting, right? So you have 5 revenue streams you can get involved in. You can start a trucking company, you can dispatch, you can freight broker, you can get trailers and lease them to other people, $500 a week, whatever. Or you can consult people and consult them on how to start a trucking company, consult them on how to dispatch, consult on how to freight broker. 5 streams of income, passive income, if you will, not necessarily passive. Some of them are passive, others you have to actually do some work. So I text you my cell number, Jay Harris. I text you my cell number. If you would give it to Rice. I don't have Cassopolis Rice cell number. Why not just put it in the chat here on the YouTube channel right now? Cassopolis Rice and Jay Hurst. Why don't you guys just exchange it right here? Because you text me your number, but I don't have their number. So okay. So yeah, I see yeah, Miss Hurst. So yeah, I got your information. Miss Rice did not text me. Cassopolis Rice already. I'll text him to see if he share. Yeah, I can share. Yeah, I can share my number here so Miss Rice can my information so you guys can okay, she just did it. So all right, so you guys are behind the scenes putting in work. So Miss Hurst, I will just copy your information and just paste it to Miss Rice or vice versa and go from there. Okay, so you guys, so there you go. So I sent Miss Rice Miss Hurst information. Okay, there you go. I got it. It's a 765 number. Yes. So you guys are, I just text you the number. I put my number in case anyone wants to get a hold of me and my email. So yeah, as I was saying, this transportation industry is not going anywhere. You can leverage. And there's even more advanced type of things outside of the modes of transportation. You got freight forwarding, you got warehousing. Remember, you got the supply chain. The whole supply chain is the spectrum under transportation. Logistics is just one leg of that supply chain. You got warehousing, you got other legs of the supply chain. So once you understand the whole supply chain, you are only in one fraction of the supply chain as it relates to transportation, and that is in logistics. Okay, so there's a whole lot more. The class again is $5.99, correct? Yes, the 2-for-1. Yes. So you pay the $5.99 one payment. We no longer do payments, so one of you guys can decide to pay the whole $5.99, and then you guys pay the other person amongst yourselves the difference. And then however you guys want to do, that's up to you, Ms. Hurst. So, but the supply chain in transportation involves logistics, warehousing, freight forwarding, different things, because freight has to move across those four modes. So where do the dispatcher fit in that? Well, in the trucking side of the supply chain, under the transportation and under logistics, the dispatcher fits in as assisting and contracting with the truckers. So, okay. So, oh man, I've been here 51 minutes. Gee whiz. So yes. Any other questions? And I will be, LaDonna, please email me everything. Well, not everything, but the main points that I've been talking about as far as September. I may consider giving a 20% discount on the ongoing training for YouTube subscribers who enroll during the month of September only. Okay. And then the fact that I mentioned in my birthday month, I may do a half off enrollment special during that month, December. Okay. Thank you, LaDonna. I'm glad you and your husband had a great time at dinner last night too. Happy belated birthday again. Okay. So Jay Hurst and Katsopolis Rice just hooked up to leverage the 2-for-1 to enroll, and that's fine. Great. When you enroll, welcome to the family. You will not be disappointed. Trust me. I'm feeling something about this group, right? I'm feeling something about the dispatcher one-on-one training for beginners, because it's for people who know very little, if anything, about the industry. So you're going to get basic level terms to kind of get your foundation set up. So now when people talk to you, brokers, carriers, they can't pull a fast one on you, because you would understand just about anything, all the terms you will hear. I've heard just about every term, right? In my experience. And people also who are former carriers and everything, they've heard just about every term. So you're going to get an advantage by getting educated on that stuff. So how can I call you? I have an active authority, have business for you. I took your class. I'm not sure who that is, and I'm not sure what you have. An active carrier authority, active broker authority, living my best life. Have you ever experienced a major problem with a shipment outside of the shipment being canceled? Or you mean as far as damages and claims filed against the carrier or the broker or whoever was at fault, the shipper even? Of course. I want to be a broker agent. Any training for that? Yes, we do. In our freight broker one-on-one training for beginners class, we talk about being a freight broker agent as well. We have brokers in the class who, if they speak to you, may be willing to bring you on under contract with them as an agent for their brokerage. Your responsibility would be to go after shippers to bring to that brokerage. In the contract of the broker agent, you may be able to take your customers, or what's called your book of business, with you when you leave as an agent and start your own brokerage. So there are several things. So you would consider, if you want to come through our training, enroll in the Freight Broker one-on-one course, and you can leverage that. So you would have to be a member of our enrolled Freight Broker one-on-one course to take advantage of the possibility of a broker bringing you on as an agent, because they want to make sure that you go through the course to know that you have an understanding of what an agent does and what they do and who they are. So Have you ever had an experience, major problem with a shipment from the broker? Of course. Yeah, it happens all the time. This is a volatile industry, guys, so things happen in the transportation industry, and all parties are aware of that, so all parties have contingency plans to deal with that. So as you come into it from a dispatcher's perspective, you may not be involved in those things, but as a dispatcher on the carrier side, you would want to at least know the procedures and how to handle that. So, okay, is your training more catered to aspiring dispatchers or freight brokers? Also, both. Also, is the basic course adequate for someone with zero knowledge? Yes, it is. It is. That is the exact reason for the course. Someone who knows very little, if anything, about dispatching, very little, if anything, about freight brokering. So, trucking authority. My name is Sabrina. Okay, so living my best life. How can I call you? I have an active authority. Have business for you. Okay, business meaning that you need dispatchers to dispatch you need training, dispatch training, or do you need help with the trucking side, Miss Sabrina, living my best life? So you can call me tomorrow around 10 a.m. My phone number was up there, or email me with your inquiry so I can respond to the email as well. Miss Sabrina, living my best life. What equipment types do you have, Miss Sabrina? And where are you located also? So those are some of the things I would need to know, either in an email, phone call tomorrow, or what have you. Okay. All right. So we have a brief pause here. So that'll be maybe a good time to wrap it up. 57 minutes, almost an hour. I didn't anticipate. So whenever we have live trainings in our dispatcher or freight broker class, I may have to tone it down a little bit for maybe 30 minutes or less. This was an hour, but if the questions keep coming and people inquiring things, I won't neglect answering questions. Of course not. So there you have it. So if there aren't any more final questions or concerns or comments, I will bid you guys a good farewell, good night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and have a productive work week. The video recorded has downloaded to my computer. I'll go ahead and get that uploaded for our members in the back office in a few minutes. So thank you guys for tuning in. Looking forward to those who are considering enrolling to join our family. Okay. So guys, have a great weekend. Peace.